Now, for every Indian rescued from Afghanistan, there are many others still waiting for help. Sangamitra Dafadar, a nurse by profession, has been in Afghanistan since 2002. Now she's stuck there with her children in a city just 200 kilometers away from Kabul. Take a look.
It's been over a week since Taliban took over Afghanistan. A week when thousands of fearful Afghans and citizens from other countries have tried to flee the country, but many are still stuck, giving sleepless nights to family members back in India. One such stranded Indian is Sangamitra Dafadar, who is stuck in the city of Sharana with an 18-year-old son and 7-year-old daughter. She works in a clinic there as a nurse. For her elderly parents back in Kolkata, the wait is painful. Grim news of Taliban brutality and difficult phone connections have got them tense. Her 84-year-old father says she is making desperate attempts to return.
She is in danger. She cannot go out of his room and she is crying for, anyhow you just do something for us that we can go, leave this country and can go to your home and save us. And he just told everybody to help us.
Her mother said that they have already been targeted by Taliban, who want to recruit her son into the terror group.
ও তো চাইছে আসতে ও বলছে মা যে করে হোক আমাকে এখান থেকে নিয়ে যেতে আমি একদম একা আমি যাব কি করে সেই ব্যবস্থা করা হোক আমি একদম দুটো বাচ্চা নিয়ে একা পড়ে আছি বেরোচ্ছে না ভয়তে বেরোলে ওকে ধরে নেবে একদম তালিবান নিয়ে যা ওর উপর টার্গেট করে রেখে দিয়েছে ওকে ধরবে বলে
Her parents last saw Sangamitra in 2017 and are taking a neighbor's help to connect to the External Affairs Ministry.
अभी कोई भी उपाय नहीं है क्योंकि वो जहाँ पे रहती है वो 200 किलोमीटर दूर है काबुल से और एयरपोर्ट से और परिवहन का भी व्यवस्था ठीक नहीं है सो इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर हर टू कम टू Kabul and get the we have sent the visa over there.
But their efforts to bring back Sangamitra has so far proven futile.
हमारे पास उम्मीदें कम होती जा रही है आज एक तो एयरक्राफ्ट वहाँ से आया है लेकिन how we will pick her from that place and how will she go to the airport, that is the main problem. And the Taliban are roaming just in front of their doors.
While hundreds of Indian citizens are being evacuated, it has been an agonizing wait for many others stuck in the Taliban badlands. With Prema Rajaram in Kolkata, Bureau Report, India Today.
I'm joined now by one such citizen who's just managed to also get evacuated from Afghanistan. Tamal Bhattacharya was teaching there and he joins me now. He's in Kolkata. Tamal, it must have been a tough few days for you, am I correct?
Yes, you are spot on, Rajdeep. It was probably the worst moment in my life.
What happened? Tell us how, the moment the Taliban took over, how did your life change?
All right. When we were in Afghanistan, we knew that at any moment we had to leave. And that was my worst nightmare. And it was exactly 11 o'clock, 15th of August. I was returning from my school, having taken all of my clearance certifications. And then on my way home, I found a bunch of Talibs wandering about the streets with their Kalashnikovs and other weapons, which I don't know the names of. I knew the Talibs would be arriving in Kabul anytime. However, they came a little bit earlier than I expected. And for that, I already resigned on 14th of August, along with my other Indian colleague, who used to teach at the same school. So we had a plan to get back to India, taking a flight either on 16th or 17th. So it was quite a shock for us. That moment we thought we would be either kidnapped or killed by the Talibs.
But
However,
were you threatened? Were you at any stage threatened? Were you at any stage threatened? Or this was a fear you had?
I just only had the fear, which was quite legitimate, given the fact that the Talibs did terrible things to people back in the 90s. However, within a few hours of their takeover of Kabul, I was out of fear, and so was my Indian colleague, because my company basically moved all of us to their residency, which we call the Cardin residency, and it was just 20 meters away from my apartment. And there we had a chat with the Taliban commanders. Our authority of the university and the school were present. Talib commanders basically called all of us, and they assured us that they would never touch us. Instead, they will be guarding our properties. They would be basically sending some Taliban fighters to take care of us. And they lived up to their promises.
I just want to know, in the end, would you want to go back, or do you believe that that's it with Afghanistan? You're done with that country?
Well, Rajdeep, let me put it this way. The Taliban basically told all of us that they would be welcoming us if we come back. However, it's very tough to trust such an outfit which has such a bloody record in the very, in the near past, that. Because in the very recent past, I'm sorry. So basically, if they can provide us the security, the safety, why not? In fact, most Indians who came back to India with us basically have a plan to get back to Afghanistan as soon as possible, especially when the situations ease off.
Okay, that's good to hear. Let's hope for the very best, but I know you've gone through a very difficult period over the last few days, so safer in Kolkata, stay well, stay safe, and thanks for joining me. I know you're on the road. Thanks very much, Tamal, for joining me. Let's take a break. When we return, we'll have our Good News Today story, also our Get Real India story. Back in a moment.